Welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Talos Principle.
Yes, let's half-blindly solve Talos Principle.
That's right, and it's Matt's play. Man, I am just fucking up our branding.
We have
Marketing
so many gimmicks.
When we last left our intrepid hero, we had just finished World 6.
No, World A6.
That's right, A6, because we now know that there is life beyond the tower.
No, we don't know
beyond
that.
the temple.
Yes.
Beyond the temple.
The tower is a whole separate question. All right, go into 7. Go into 7.
We're going into 7. It's
I'm
the very
bored.
last one in World A. So that's pretty exciting. Well, if you were bored by that, just wait until I read all of this text.
No, this is the best part.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of is. Oh, let's read more of our trashy novel, Athena. Huh, this is interesting. Have we seen these numbers with these decimal points in this fashion before?
No.
Is this a code that I should be able to decipher, or is this strictly gibberish?
No, it's exactly the same. It just happens to be formatted differently. But it's still just hex. The hexed words are...
Wait, how is this just hex? I thought hex was 2 symbols with a space in between them. And without the hashtag and exclamation point and dots and everything.
You don't need the space, technically. Hex to ASCII is every 2 digits of hex correspond to 1 ASCII character. So...
I thought hex was the letters was numbers as well as the letters A through
It's
E.
hexadecimal, which means it's base 16. Since we don't have 16 Arabic numerals, the extra 6 digits are represented by the letters A through F. So A actually means 11, as it is.
But then how is there a number sign, exclamation point?
Those
period?
are chaff. Those are there to distract you. If you put just the numbers in, or, just the numbers and letters in, you get... the word wisdom and I am Athena.
The owl was the symbol of I am Athena. No, so these are not related.
Oh, no,
it's not in the context of this.
The owl was the symbol of wisdom, and the goddess I am Athena is where those two fit.
Oh, okay. And at the very top there's something there as well, right?
Yeah, that's just a lowercase g and a question mark.
How strange.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is supposed to mean.
AMA. So this is Reddit Ask Me Anything, right?
I can only assume.
Interesting. How topical.
Why didn't you scroll down?
Oh, there was more. Fascinating. Ending on crazy or visionary both was just such a perfect way to end it. I just assumed
Sure,
that
but there's a scroll bar.
You and your rules.
So far, all the puzzles are solvable.
Yeah, this is interesting. Did you play through Transistor?
I have not yet played through Transistor.
I'm wondering if you would enjoy it, given the similar... I guess this isn't really flavor text, but maybe you get the gist of what I'm implying, the story, the written story that exists outside of the core gameplay.
I'm going to say I'm not normally a fan of written story that exists entirely out of the core gameplay. It is because Talos Principle happens to have such a good written story that I like it in spite of it being apparently completely disjointed from the gameplay.
Well, I'll withhold my judgment onto whether the extra text outside of the story of Transistor is good, or as good as Talos Principle. However, I will say that it is similarly techy and creates this air of mystery of like, am I a robot living and playing inside of a computer? Am I just a program? Am I a being? There's actually quite a few similarities. I think it might be worth your time, actually.
All right.
Show next comments. Interesting.
Yeah, well, these are all fragments, right? Because the archive has been badly corrupted.
So there's not much to see on this terminal. Oftentimes the terminals give me additional prompts or ways to engage.
Oh, let's listen to that.
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Alright. Admirable. So there's a lot of red in here, and the red ones suck. And it's been a week since we played, so I'm going to start with green. How's that sound?
That's fine with me. Though, get used to red. There's something like 55 to 60 red puzzles in the game.
Ah, but first... only one of us can transcend. Interesting.
So, at this point, we're starting to get a recognizable cast. There's, like, fewer different names.
That's right. There's Shepard. Well, what are some of the other names that we recognize?
Well, Shepard and Dog were the two having that conversation right there.
I'm kind of just exploring here for a moment before we dive in.
Go for it. Do, in fact.
Oh, look, I found another computer.
Yes,
Check
you
me
did.
Out. This wasn't even a plant. I just walked right up to this all on my own. I'm such a badass. Oh, blue screen.
Yeah, it's kind of an Easter egg. There's actually a lot of Easter eggs in this game. Crow Team is known for putting a lot of Easter eggs into their games. You don't have to stand here looking at it. Nothing is going to happen.
Well, no, but I'm actually reading it because, you know, this is a text-heavy game, and I was wondering if there was maybe some clue or hint or funny joke hidden in it. Turns out there's not, though, so...
Good. Anyway, if you want, we can come back after we've done, like, all the other stuff, played the game for real, and look for Easter eggs and stuff. I can show those off, or I can make a recording. But there's some really elaborate ones. There is only 1/2 kind of combined Easter eggs that I'm going to make a point of showing you on our initial playthrough because they are too amazing to not know about. But most of them, that is by far the easiest of the, quote, Easter eggs to find.
Well, that's very important when designing Easter eggs, is to have one that's easy to find, so that you can...
And now here the game is showing you, if you hadn't figured out already, that tight angles, you know, getting in just at the edge of those little windows can be really important.
Right, it's a good thing that they show that off, actually, because that's not immediately obvious. It kind of feels like you're cheating.
But no, the harder puzzles are absolutely designed around. You need to find, like, where can I put this? Like, what is the exact placement that'll make it work? That was brilliant.
Was it?
No.
God damn it. But I connected the two receptors.
Yes.
That's like
almost worked.
Yeah. Okay, touche. So instead, I need to get this fella out of here, so maybe I can just do that. But as soon as I break this one, that's not going to go through the door, maybe. Oh, no, it does. Nice.
Redundancy.
Okay, so the door doesn't immediately close.
It's redundancy.
Gotcha. So let's try just leaving that there. And now the other plan that I had.
Oh my God.
God damn it. Oh, I see. Aren't you clever?
Hang on, to save you time, click that on, connect it to the laser source before you set it down. No, oh, fine.
I didn't do it right?
No, you didn't do it right.
But I did it, but it's open.
Oh!
What'd I miss?
Oh, wait, you solved the puzzle. Never mind, ignore me.
What did I miss?
You missed nothing. I was plodding along and not noting that we didn't... I was trying to be way too methodical. So... Just ignore me.
Open this thing first.
Just ignore me.
Alright. That's one. This is the other easy one. Let's do this one. Oh, this is fun. Little ruins over here. You don't usually see them on display like this, actually.
Well, they're not exactly like... It's just a broken pedestal. It's not anything important on the pedestal.
That's true. Still, it felt a little more ceremonious than most of them do.
Okay.
Where's my actual connector? Definitely got this.
Oh, you mean the receptor?
Receptor, that's right. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. This feels very simple so far. Okay. This game is very meditative. Creates a very relaxing atmosphere for you, certainly.
Yep. There's one kind of bonus level that requires you to be really fast, or be very careful with timing. But most of the puzzles do not require split-second timing.
Huh.
Well, do what you can. You found those 2 new gates with red receptors on them. You can open them, so do that.
Oh, I can open one of them.
You can open both, I think.
I don't think I can. I was trying to open one of the other ones, and I was not able to.
Oh, maybe
get all the way around.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I didn't understand the architecture. You're right.
But, I need more toys. Ah, here's a toy. Alright. How do I get you to there? This user interface where it highlights when you're good. Very clever.
Yes, I didn't actually notice that until almost the very, very end of the game.
Nice work.
Yeah, it made my life very easy.
Okay, so now what I'm thinking I do is I just grab... Oh, this is going to be a complicated order of operations puzzle.
Yes, they are.
I
Order
can't
of operations.
grab this one.
Order of operations puzzles are really the meat and potatoes of Talos Principle.
So I need to grab this.
The good ones are the ones where it actually makes you think laterally about the order of operations. Like you're plodding along, setting one up, taking one down, moving yourself forward, and then eventually realize that you're like one short, and so you have to go back and figure out, oh, where can I spare something?
This one actually doesn't seem to be that complex for now. Well, maybe it's about to become complex.
This is still a green.
That's true. So now that this is open, I don't actually need this door to stay open anymore. So I can grab this guy, go back through here. And then... Oh, but I need red to be through here. So I'll have to connect you with you. Which I cannot do. I can do that. Am I winning? What's even happening? Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that was a little strange. I don't know why that was shaking the door around. You have one more connector.
Yeah, which is this guy who I don't.
Yeah.
So you can just go here.
Yeah. Don't cross the streams, as it said.
And you can just go there.
There you go.
Crushed it. Man, we're making some progress on the C thing. Whatever that is.
That's opening up World C.
Ah. How would anyone have ever figured that out?
By recognizing that you used the A green blocks to open up World A.
You're so clever.
Yes.
Alright, now that we've gotten the greens out of this world, I'm going to take another quick little walk.
Cool.
See what else I may find, because I know that there is one more hidden star around here somewhere. And if I know hidden stars, it's probably really easy to locate.
I will, like I said, if you finish the game and want to hunt for stars, I will give you help for a star run. By the way, go down to the end of the beach real fast that you were just looking at. This is not for a star. Oh, not that far. If I remember, there's a cute little Easter egg on the beach somewhere right around here. Like on the floor.
Fascinating.
I think it was like a message, like there's a help sign or something.
Huh.
I don't remember the details.
I'm surprised by your memory, but I don't actually...
The location... Oh, there it is, to your right. SOS.
SOS?
On the beach.
Oh, on the beach. Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting. Yeah, so you're right. There are a ton of those little Easter eggs.
The locations...
How big is this developer, by the way? Do you know? I wonder how big this development team is. I always feel like the smaller the development team, the more Easter eggs. Isn't it funny how that works?
Quite possibly. I mean, like I said, Crow Team has done, up till this point, the Serious Sam series, and that is it. I don't think they're particularly large. By the way, they're named Crow Team, if I haven't mentioned, because they are from Croatia.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, this one's red, which means my brain is going to hurt. And it's one of 3 red ones that we need to solve, so I'm going to get a serious brain burn.
You'll get the hang of it. It's not that bad.
Let's see. Okay. Got one of those. Got one of those.
Yep. Like I said, you can almost always, the first couple steps will be clear.
You know, I haven't seen any murder balls this
I know, I hate those things. They are by far my least favorite puzzle element. They stress me out when they are in a puzzle.
Aha! Okay. So now, this... Ooh, I can connect to that. That's mildly interesting. Can I get out to it? No. Getting ahead of myself. What I want to connect to is that. Or that. Okay, let's see if I can get to those two. Ah, one of those looks reasonable.
Yep. Windows. Windows are helpful.
Okay, we got a jammer.
Yep.
And now with the jammer on this one, that's actually interesting to point the... at that guy, which will get me another signal device. What are they called?
Connectors.
Connector.
Yep.
That's not an interesting name.
I'm sorry.
And Alright. So far, we're rocking it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you mentioned that there's some DLC coming out for this pretty soon. That must have you excited.
Oh, yeah. Though I'm sure by the time that we actually get this episode online, it'll be like a month ago. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, except that it's called Road to Gehenna. And you play as one of the mentioned, though you have yet to actually successfully summon them, messengers. You know, the people whose shrines you keep encountering in
That's
the
right.
red puzzles?
Oh, are you kidding me? Come on.
2 more doors!
Ugh, and I can't even shoot through iron. Although, this is interesting, because once I get this open, I get this open for free.
Why?
I wonder if that tricks a lot of people.
What do you mean?
Well, like, maybe that's not true, but if I could get a device to where I'm standing right now and point it at this, I could also point it at that.
Yes, if you can get a device to where you are.
Oh, I will.
Alright. I will sit back and watch.
Huh. Alright. This is one of those moments where I wish I had a top-down mini-map. That'd be helpful.
But part of the point is that you are solving it from the perspective of this robot, whose name, according to the Steam trading cards, by the way, is Talos/Soma.
Talos Soma.
Those are, the slash. So, I don't know. Anyway. So I was sort of talking about this earlier. The Swapper, the previous game written by Tom Joubert, one of the 2 writers of this, did the best job of literally any well, okay, I'm going to say the best job of any game I've ever seen, not necessarily of telling a story through the game mechanics, but of making the game mechanics integral to the point of the game. I still hold up, actually, of all things, Driver San Francisco is doing one of the best damn jobs I've ever seen of telling a story through game mechanics.
Oh, yeah, totally. I love that.
Yeah, that's a high watermark. But the Swapper, like, you couldn't tell the sort of story. You couldn't make the kind of point it wanted to make without the mechanics of the puzzles and that it used. It is less true for Talos Principle, but, and your comment about I wish I had a top-down minimap kind of hits on it, it is actually not as unrelated as you might think.
Why do you say that?
For reasons that you'll understand better as you explore more further, about what this is. Like, you've probably figured out at this point, there's some sort of artificial intelligence or a robot in a simulation type thing going on. But, like, the details are still pretty vague as to why or who or, what the point of any of it is. But there is a reason that this was a first-person puzzle game.
Huh.
I'm curious if just by saying that, you start to have any thoughts on the matter.
I mean, it's possible it's like a Avatar-style system where I'm playing, a video game within a video game, maybe? I don't know.
Alright. By the way, keep in mind, you have at least one connector opening a gate that you no longer need open.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but I don't know which one that is.
Well, so the connector in the far back that you're kind of looking at, it doesn't need to be opening the gate in the back. Oh wait, is that not the one that you have doing it? Interesting. So that gate there doesn't need to be held open.
Oh, okay.
You plundered its riches and are now done.
Gotcha, so I can move this one to perhaps a more convenient location.
Precisely.
And that more convenient location could be here.
Well,
right.
look to see where you've got lines of sight that you think might be useful.
Or instead, if it were to hold this thing open for me, but I don't think that's... I think the jammer's gonna have to hold this one open.
Do you?
I do. Well, let's see if that is correct. And then... where did I drop that son of a bitch? Oh wait, you know what? Is that the originator right there?
Yes.
Can I just do something? I mean, I'm trying to get from there to there. Wonder if I could just drop another one right along the way here. Let me think about that for a second.
I'm not going to give you any hints just yet.
Okay. But these red ones are the worst. Let's see. Oh, okay. So that connector... interesting that it's trying. But no. I want you to do this.
Okay.
And then I want to take this one with me.
Mm-hmm. Good thinking.
And this guy. Okay, so if my calculations are correct, it goes from there to here, and does open that up for me.
Now,
that's not good enough.
The one that you have opening the door you just walked through can be repositioned now that you set the first one up right next to the source.
Oh yeah, you're right, it can be. Oh yeah, that would help out quite a bit.
Won't be able to do that because there's metal bars in the way.
I suppose that is correct. Which does make this trick annoying. So that's not gonna work. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you have to reset that one.
Dang nabbit.
However, you can reset it to the other connector.
Oh, shoot. Well, I'll just reset this connector.
That works.
That's still not gonna get me all the way there, though.
Nope.
Unless there's something awesome right here.
Nope.
No. So, this is annoying. And I can't take this fella out of here.
You sure?
Really?
I want you to question that assumption.
Oh, you know what I could do? I could use the lights to open this door and then use this thing to jam it on the other side. Which is a great idea and going to be annoying for me to execute.
No, it's not. It's going to take you like 30 seconds.
Alright, let's see. Ah! Yes. Not funny. Okay.
I laugh because I make these exact kind of mistakes all the time. I'm so bad at order of operations puzzles.
Oh. Gotta actually point at the thing. And then you. And then. Alright. Let's try that.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. This guy was supposed to do the last one. Never mind. Okay. So I went from there to there. Oh, that's right. I need to move this fella, keeping the same connectors intact. You should have a button that's like pick up without disrupting connections.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish that existed, and it may exist, and I may just be too dumb to have realized it.
All right.
There you go. Now you don't have to run all the way out because the gate just opened.
Woo, that was really freaking annoying. All right, let's see how much we got left.
2 reds. You have 2 reds left.
Reds. All right, but this one's gonna be easy. I can feel it.
Was that sheep?
That was sheep.
Yeah. Another name we've seen a couple of times.
Sheep and dog.
And shepherd.
Okay. Wow. These puzzles are tough. Okay.
Now, I'm not actually sure if this is specifically what they were going for, but dogs have often been associated with the particular thinker Diogenes. Have we talked about Diogenes yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay, Diogenes is the best of the ancient Greek philosophers. Just straight up the best. He was a cynic, which is not the same as a stoic or a skeptic. Cynics are basically, they question everything and, think, man, aren't people dumb? Look at all... I think the best way to characterize them is they're sort of like the angsty teenagers of the ancient philosophy world, in that they're like, why should I have to wear clothes? That's just your social customs. Shouldn't have to apply to me. Or... I'm trying to think of other good examples. Oh, why should I need a whole house? I can live in a barrel, and you can't stop me, and I have everything I need. What's the point of it, huh? And Diogenes is freaking awesome.
So they're like cool guys to hang out with at parties, right? They get invited to parties.
They are fucking awesome guys to hang out with, because Diogenes actually did all this. Like, he's like, okay, so all this fancy clothing, that's totally just like a social construct and shit. There's no reason that you need fancy clothing. A loincloth will be just fine. There's no reason that you need lots and lots of property or a house, if that's what you want to call it. I can just live in a wine barrel or a wine jar or whatever. Amphora. That's good enough. If it's good enough for dogs, why shouldn't it be good enough for people? And so he did. He lived outside, by the Agora in Athens, in a barrel. And he lived amongst dogs. And he, is there one more barrier to break through?
Yeah.
Oh man, so close.
I think I've got the right idea.
Yeah, I'm certain you do.
Thought I was being so clever.
No, that one's totally where it needs to be. Think of the angles. Like, that one needed to be kind of where it is. Remember, you can't cross the streams. It's the other one that you're going to have to set up so that it can hit the...
Oh, it actually totally can hit them both.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
So, yeah, Diogenes basically, his whole deal was making fun of everyone else, and pointing out that you didn't need any of this fancy shit to be happy or be, alive. So it was all just artifice, and he didn't need it. And what's great is that we have a number of philosophical burns that he got on the other philosophers that were recorded by his contemporaries. Because, the other philosophers weren't huge fans of Diogenes, but the people liked him a lot. One of the most famous stories is, Alexander the Great, conqueror of literally the known world. hears of this great philosopher in Athens and comes by and says, I've heard such good things about you. He's standing over Diogenes in his wine barrel and says, if you are truly the great Diogenes, then I'll grant you any boon you want. And Diogenes looks up and says, can you move? You're blocking the sun.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Or Diogenes, you know, it was said that his only possession was a bowl for drinking water from, until he saw some kids drinking water out of their cup hands, and he was like, well, I guess I don't need a bowl, and got rid of that too. And at one point, Plato, who is, of course, an extremely, you know, successful and well-to-do philosopher... Ooh, look what's in there.
It's, what is in there? Actually, I don't know what's in there. I can't tell.
Huh.
We'll find out soon, though.
Will we?
Yeah. I'm just gonna find the blue light thing and connect it, and everything will be good. Where's the blue light thing?
That's a fascinating question, Matt.
Oh shit. Maybe we found our star.
I think we found our star.
Okay, well that sounds great, because that means that thing is officially not my problem for this video.
Okay, so Plato, the story goes, and this is, I don't know whether it's a true story, but it's a story recorded by, like, ancient contemporaries of these two. Plato sees Diogenes washing his vegetables in the river and says, you know, Diogenes, if you knew how to pay court to kings, you wouldn't need to wash your own vegetables. And Diogenes says, you know, Plato, if you knew how to wash your own vegetables, you wouldn't need to pay court to kings.
Nice.
The best burn, and okay, so this requires some backstory. Are you at all familiar with Plato's theory of forms?
I'm not.
Okay. Oh, this is an interesting solution. I wonder if this will work.
I was trying to just trap it.
Oh, I don't know if you can trap... Well, actually, yeah, you totally can block it with that. Yeah.
But I just don't think that's very useful.
Why not? Go back out to the corner where you were.
Like, it doesn't connect.
Anywhere? There's nowhere it connects?
Oh, it totally does.
I am
but
really...
It doesn't...
Yeah, but it'll only be getting blocked by one thing instead of two, so it might have enough time.
It totally will.
Oh, yeah!
I'll just have to wait.
Yep.
But it'll work. It'll be annoying, but it'll work. See?
Yep.
Amazing.
I feel like there's a couple puzzles towards the later game that I cheesed by doing something like that. Like, I can sneak out, like, a split second of gate dropping between all the various things running around. I'm gonna call it solved.
Yeah, this hexahedron is gonna make this way easier, though.
Yes, it is.
Well, maybe not way easier. Oh, no, I think it will. I just don't need to rethink the way
this
is
yeah.
operating.
Yep. Okay, so the theory of forms, heavily simplified version, is basically this... I'm sensing a problem here. That everything we see is merely a shadow of its true thing. Like, you know, how do you know that this is a chair? Well, you know it's a chair because it has some sort of innate chairness, but somewhere on a higher plane of thought or existence is the form of chair. And it is the most chairy chair of all, and all other chairs in our mortal world are merely instances, shadows cast on our world by this pure intellectual form of a chair, right?
Okay. I think I'm mostly with you.
So, you've heard of the allegory of the cave? Or, like, have you heard of it, at least?
I don't know that I have. The allegory of the...
Of the cave.
Cave. No, I mean, I've nowhere near the level of philosophical education that you do.
Okay, so by the way, first of all, minor note on that thing. To get the star, you got to get a blue laser here.
Right.
That is all the hint I'm going to give you right now.
Yeah, that's going to involve me being outside and finding the blue laser, maybe from up there or something.
Nope.
Huh. Maybe I need to put the red laser through a yellow filter or something.
That is not how any color mixing works.
Shut up.
Anyway, I will tell you, you're not going to find the solution running around in here. There is no blue laser in this puzzle.
There's actually no other thing to do here, short of finding the blue laser. Oh, it's worth a quick walk around just to see, though.
Hey, was that the last of the red puzzles?
That was.
Gosh, that's fast. Okay, so why don't you have a quick wander around and I'll try and wrap this up. So, Plato's allegory of the cave compared our existence to the existence of men down in a dark cave, chained up so that they can't move, not even their heads. All they can do is stare straight ahead at a wall. And behind them and above them is a fire, and in front of the fire, people walk, and there's like puppets and dolls and masks, and all of these objects cast shadows on the wall. You know, like shadow theater. And his claim is that, if literally all that you knew was those shadows on the wall, you had never seen anything else, that would be what you assumed existence is. Existence is black, flat things moving around on a big, brownish, flat thing. That's life. That's the world.
Interesting.
But of course, in that instance, we can see from the outside, there is a truer world of three-dimensional objects that they are incapable of seeing. And his argument is, the idea of forms is like, even though we can see in 3 dimensions and all that sort of stuff, there is still a higher plane that we are only seeing shadows cast. When we see a tree, it is merely a shadow cast by the pure form of tree-ness.
Huh. Well, it's definitely a thought-provoking commentary.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other interesting stuff. I'm giving you the, not even Cliff's Notes version. I'm giving you only enough context to understand the amazing burn that Diogenes got on Plato based on this. So the idea is, Plato is explaining this philosophy, and he's like, to a bunch of other philosophers, and he points to a cup on the table. Here we see a cup, but somewhere there is the form of cup, the true cupness which precedes this cup, which comes before it, enables this cup to exist. And the other philosopher's like, oh, okay. Diogenes asks, but what about the emptiness inside the cup? Is there a true and perfect emptiness that precedes that emptiness? And as Plato is sort of trying to think, well, hang on, can there be a form of emptiness? Diogenes reaches over, taps him on the forehead, and says, I think you will find in here is the emptiness.
That's awesome.
Yes. Okay. You are not having the right ideas on how to solve that star puzzle, so you have my permission to drop it for now.
I'm assuming that the blue laser is actually in one of the other puzzle areas, but I wanted to rule out that it was outside of them.
Oh, yes, you have successfully ruled out that it is anywhere else.
But if it is inside one of the other puzzle areas, I still don't understand how to get it through the containment field. I mean, I assume it's up and over, but...
Solve the puzzle back to front. Figure out what you need, and then figure out how to get it.
Well, I guess, one of the things that I need is to figure out how to get a laser even through here at all. I guess that's a good point. Let me just see if maybe I can just... Maybe the lasers just work outside of these walls. Let's just see that. No.
Yeah,
so I can't carry these things.
You can't carry the connectors through.
Oh, but maybe if I stand right here, Oh, is that actually gonna work? That's hilarious. No, it's not gonna work. Damn, that would be cool though.
Well, why isn't it working?
Oh, it totally is working. Ha ha. Okay, so these are the two that I can see through. So that means
the idea I was trying to get you to work at was that there is one other puzzle gate that you can see from that puzzle gate.
That's right, which is right here to right there. So now we got blue going on. And that will allow us to do some pretty incredible stuff. Okay, that's cool to see that the lasers can go through the field. It's because in Portal, I feel like a lot of things didn't work that way.
Yep,
like,
and this is where Talos Principle becomes brilliant. Because the vast majority of the star puzzles depend on the puzzles being in these overworlds. You know, up till now it's been like, oh, this random, pretty, I guess, overworld, but like, what's the point? The puzzles are all so clearly split off and defined. But suddenly it's saying, hey, you need to actually think about this as a single continuous environment. It matters where the different puzzle rooms are. And getting you to think about not just the individual puzzle rooms, but the worlds as being the puzzle. And it is so cool. I love that it does this. Think about where you're trying to get the blue.
Yeah, I think here should be fine.
No, that's not where the blue is. Think about where you're trying to get the blue.
Oh, that's right. I can't shoot through there. Damn it.
Yeah.
I thought that was open. It ain't. Okay, let's see. So let's just drop this right there. And now I think we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us solving star puzzles like two star solvers.
There you go. And this is more or less the game's introduction to the idea of thinking about the world as connected, as not just a random assortment of stuff. Now, you've already passed several star puzzles that have to be solved in exactly this sort of way, but you didn't notice them because it hid them a little better in the first place. But yeah, the worlds are the puzzles, and you have to start thinking about them as unified wholes. Yeah. And it is that sort of thing that make the star puzzles so awesome and my favorite part of the game in some ways. Because
rejoice, child, for you have fulfilled all your tasks in this land. You have conquered all its guardians and solved all its mysteries. Thus you are appointed its master, and you may do with it as you will.
Oh, this is interesting to see the geographic location of how they all relate to each other.
You mean on that map right there?
Yeah.
That's purely abstract. That's not really a geographic anything.
Is it? Because here these doors are 1 through 7, and maybe this temple is in the center.
That's just a cheat sheet for, what things you found and what you haven't. There's no relevant geography there, I'm sorry.
Alright. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that exploring those worlds and trying to find all those stars is going to be fun. But for now, I'm just mostly excited to go up to World B.
Okay, do you want to do that at the end of this video or the start of the next one?
Start of the next one. Don't you know what a cliffhanger is?
Alright. Then, well, you've already called the elevators down here already.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
I find it interesting that it makes you zero in on the exact button. Anyway, yeah, star puzzles are great because they make you think differently. The individual puzzle rooms can get challenging, but they're all constrained. Like, you know what is part of the puzzle and what is not. With the star puzzles, you don't anymore. Anything is fair game. You have to figure out the boundary of the puzzle space, in a, figurative sense.
I wonder if we'll get to a point where there's a meta puzzle that I have to solve between temples ABC and the tower. That would be mind-blowing.
Huh. No, that doesn't happen, I'm sorry.
Damn it. What if I had to get a laser out of A and then through the portal and then into B? No.
Lasers only exist inside the worlds.
You and your rules. You're just like Elohim. Cool. I will see you next time for World B.
Excellent. I like World B a lot. See you then.
Cool. Bye.